You already started recording?
Yeah, because there's always some kind of fucking golden nugget in there.
A golden nugget? Speaking of golden nugget, downtown Vegas was absolutely
Poppin'.
popping last weekend. I couldn't believe it. I never been more glad to have on a fucking mask, for real, because I
Oh,
was kind
yeah.
of like, fuck the mask, you know what I mean? I don't want to wear a mask, like it's fucking up my beard, it's making my beard itch, but I never been more glad to have a mask on. There were so many people. I don't think people even think that the coronavirus exists the way they were out last weekend.
I'm
Crazy.
gonna kick this bitch out. Hang on a second.
Yeah, man, that cat.
She's
For
so annoying.
for anybody
She's so
listening right
annoying.
now,
Oh my god. Oh wait, no,
Stella
she went away.
has
She went
this
away.
ridiculous cat, and if you listen to the last podcast, that cat like literally just introduced herself. Her name is Michaela, right? That's how you say
Renesmee
it.
Michaela.
She has a human name, and she literally thinks that she's a human, and she wants to be a part of this podcast too. So, you know, if you hear
I'm
a
sorry,
little
guys.
guest appearance from her every once in a while, then
She
just
has a
know
lot to say.
she definitely has a lot to say, and I don't really fuck with that cat personally.
She don't
As a
fuck with
matter of
you.
fact, no, as a matter of fact, I'm super allergic to cats. That's why I want to get a Sphinx cat, because Sphinx cats are super bald, super dope, and super hypoallergenic. Even though people say that there's no such thing as hypoallergenic cats,
Mhm.
but I like don't try to like complete my word. That's not really cool, you know? Like don't
We're
complete my
there
word.
though. We're there
No,
though.
we're not really there. I don't think we'll ever
It's
be
funny.
there. You know what I'm saying, dog?
We finish each other's
You feel me, dog?
sandwiches. That's what I
No.
was gonna say. You know.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sidefriend Chronicles. Welcome to our new listeners, our four brand new subscribers on YouTube. What's up? Make sure that if you're just now tuning into this show, that you press the subscribe button, you like the videos, you join the conversation and all that good stuff. Follow us on Spotify. Anyways, enough of that. Let's just,
You guys know what to do. You're not brand new.
No, but you lightweight need to be reminded, because I don't know the attention span of people these days.
Or they're just intentionally not. And that's fine.
Right. I feel you,
I like
dog.
us from afar.
I feel you, dog.
Do you, dog?
Yeah, don't call me dog.
So stop it.
Don't call me
You know what you're
dog.
fucking doing, and you need to cut it out.
I don't like being called dog. Let me tell you like something.
I call everybody dog.
You know what? Since last episode, we were talking about like friend zones and things like that. If a chick calls you bro and dog, like I feel like that's like an open door for the friend zone. Like you gotta like just like, nope, don't call me that. Well, I don't like any woman calling me like any like random dogs or.
I'm the worst. I do that to everybody.
You're the worst. Like I even tell you like, don't call me dog.
I even say that to like chicks. I'm like, bro, to like women.
Like it's cool and off. That's like how you and your other half or whatever talk. But for me and for the people that I would advise who are being called bro and dog, I'm telling you, that's like that little creak in the door. Like it's like friend zone, like it's glowing. And the moment you start letting her call you dog and bro, like
slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope, and you got one foot in the friend zone and the other foot is like, you know, just hoping to stay in the end zone.
She thought, you're funny.
Yeah, you're funny. I saw
you're a funny guy.
I saw that post that you put on Instagram. It was like friend zone with the fingers.
Oh
like,
yeah. Should I show them?
Yeah,
it's
sure.
So funny.
You got it right there. All right.
I do.
So if you're listening to this, you're not going to be able to see this. So let me just kind of describe it to you. She's going to show us a picture of a girl showing like a heart, like with her hands and saying, I love you. But then the other picture is
as a
like,
friend.
basically like, yeah, her fingers are all twisted up as a friend. Oh my gosh.
And that is me as fuck.
Everybody just seen outside her window. She has like a tree that probably taps on the window when it's windy outside, and
so many spiders in my house. So many spiders. It's very annoying. Oh my god, there's like always spiders.
I legit have arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia?
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, like if you are letting the chick call you dog and bro, like man, it's a slippery slope, man. And I think if you nip it in the bud, like, hey, don't call me that, she'll be like, oh, okay. It starts making her think like maybe I should call him like babe or something like that, or that word is coming soon, and I just think it's a good idea.
I think whatever names you give each other are the names you give each other, and they could be literally anything. And
Really?
if they're special to y'all, they're special to y'all. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Me and wifey, we have some pretty random weird names. And
Let's talk about it.
no, 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 no. Are you serious?
I was just about to out you.
What it like? Give me some of the
Chicken
names.
bear.
Oh, that was so fucking embarrassing. Like
I was like, chicken bear.
I did not know she was gonna call me like my pet names while you were over here over the weekend. And by the way, everybody, Estella was here in Vegas with me because that's where I'm at. I don't know if any of you know that. You probably don't. Who cares? Anyway, she was over here over the weekend, and we were gonna record a pod with both of us in the same room and all that. We were like, oh shit, we're about to level up. We're gonna have a pod with both of us in the room, and we had like the worst technical difficulties ever. Like I had the shots ready.
So
We were about to take shots on camera. So now I know that I need some different equipment. So if you want to cash at me $200, I can get it. Okay, Jay.
We're gonna set up the donation, transfer it from breast implants to pod equipment.
Oh damn, you like already got the scheme down and all that.
No, you said that you were gonna set up some fucking GoFundMe for some tits. I was like, the fuck?
Oh, for you, huh?
Yeah.
GoFundMe. Everybody, if you're down for Estella to get some breast implants, go ahead and let us know in the comments and all that good stuff, because we're gonna make it happen.
I have enough ass. I don't need boobs.
Oh well, I wouldn't know. I don't look at my friend's cheeks. So
you can't see it. I'm sitting.
For all of you out there, just go ahead and go on her Instagram. I'm always like whoring you out, huh?
You are. You're pimping me out hard.
I'm fucking terrible, man. I gotta respect my co-host.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So what I want to do is talk about the Black album, not Jay-Z, the Black album, but I want to talk about the artist Black. Is
Six
spelled
Lack.
Yes, 6 Lack. Yeah, that's how you would probably say it. Like if you didn't already know. Have you listened to the album yet? You haven't.
I was listening to it yesterday.
You're lying, man.
I swear to God.
You're lying, man.
God, I was listening to it yesterday. All right, everybody.
This is like something that I'm struggling with right now. Like I'm sending my co-host topics, links, and things that we could cover on the pod, and she's just showing those links no attention. And I'm starting to feel like the fucking cat. Renesmee Michaela. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No.
So you listened to it?
I listened to it. I don't think I got through the whole album though.
I think probably the reason why you didn't get through the whole album is because you weren't like getting it in at the time of listening.
The fuck?
All right, so let me tell you what I mean.
I don't listen to any music when I'm getting it in.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Oh my gosh.
It's too distracting for me.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm not a music in the background kind of gal.
You might have been listening to the wrong music while having sex, because
no, I just have way too much ADD for that. Like I can be having conversations with people and something they say will like make me zone out and start thinking about some other shit that word like. And so to have that happening whilst doing that, I'll laugh. I'll like, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be like fucking somebody and then you start laughing and then he's gonna think something's wrong with him, or like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to do that. Or like just start watching TV or some shit because they got the TV on. Like that's fucked up.
Right. Like could you imagine like having sex and then you're like, oh hold on, prison break is on.
I like this part.
Yeah. Hey, well, I want to get back to the Black album, but let me tell you what I used to do, and this is why it's so surprising to me that you don't listen to music when you're getting it in. So back in my Red Room days, and let me just tell everybody what the Red Room was. The Red Room was like literally my well, I guess for most people the Red Room means the sex room, but I literally had a red room. I painted the walls red, and I used to like have candles on. I used to have the Weeknd playing, and let me tell you, like, there's nothing that sets the mood like some good, really good R&B music. And I'm not talking about like some soulful R&B music. I'm talking about like, oh, this is some like knocking the boots, some R. Kelly type. Oh shit, I can't say R. Kelly type shit no
No,
more. But
R. Kelly's canceled.
yeah, he's canceled.
Marquez Houston. Remember that song? What
Marquez
was it?
Houston.
Naked? What's it
Yeah, yeah,
called?
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
song. Yeah,
That was a good one.
that was a good
I'd
one.
probably do it to that one.
We can go down a whole list of great songs,
We
but check it out. I used to have the Weekend playing, the candles going, and there was nothing like setting the mood that way. That's the kind of vibe I got with the Black album that he just came out with, or EP. It's an EP. It's only like 6 songs, and I just want to shout that guy out because when I was getting it in, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I felt like I was in a music video or something. Like everything that he was saying was on point. I just got to shout out that EP and let you know that I give it an A+.
So if you guys are looking for a new soundtrack to your bedroom,
Let me tell you all what it's called. That way we can give it a little bit of promotion.
I
And
got
Black,
you. Because I
if you
was listening to it.
and Black, if you are somehow coming across this episode,
Six
share
piece hot.
6-piece hot, and the cover is like it's like it looks like a fast food place, and he actually had a really cool rollout for it. Like he sent scratchers out to people, and you like scratched off to see what the names of the songs were and everything. And I can't even tell you what my favorite is, but like literally all of the songs were extremely slapping. So if you see this, Black, go ahead and share it on Twitter. That way, Sidefriend's Chronicles could get a little bit of loving, right?
That's right.
Feel me?
Sidefriend
So
Chronicles.
so I got a question for you, Stella.
I might have an
Are
answer.
are you ready for this question? I
Am I
hope
ever
'cause
ready for your
I really
questions?
want to like dive deep on this question, and I think that the people listening would love to hear what you got to say.
About?
What makes a relationship toxic?
Oh God, that is a loaded question. Um,
Just give us what you got. Like you could say whatever.
I
I think we're all
think, first
interested.
of all, if you're not healed from any previous relationship traumas,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
If you're not self aware, if you're not emotionally mature, if
Mm-hmm.
you're manipulative,
Right.
if you're insecure with yourself and just in general, like in relationships, I think that just mostly comes from yourself. Um, if you feel inadequate, if you're not like satisfied like with your own life and like what you're doing just in general, then it opens the door for you to like resent shit that your partner's doing and kind of like, you know what I mean, have this like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Take your time.
I don't really know what word I'm looking for, but it's like, it's almost like I don't like, here's like the blanket term is like you're hating on them. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're like not there, you're not gassing them up. You're like
Right.
taking shots at them or not supporting them and things like that. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's some of that shit.
You want me to tell you what I think makes a relationship toxic?
What? You're
Well, I
gonna say
think it's
some
I,
foolery, aren't you?
no, 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 no. I know. Like it always sounds like I'm like
Look at
setting
his
up
face, you
some
guys.
bullshit.
Look at, does that
No,
face
no,
not say
no.
I'm
You want
about to like say some fuckery?
no.
Like,
You want me to tell you what? Actually, I was about to wing some shit because like I was listening to you talk, but I wasn't at the same time. I have this issue, and I was like halfway in, halfway out when you were explaining what you thought about toxic relationship, and like, I was like, wait a minute,
you
I'm not even listening
asked.
to her. I know. I was thinking of like the next thing I want to talk about for some reason. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not even listening to her, and she's giving me this information about toxic relationships, and I was just gonna wing some shit. So I didn't have no setup. I know you always think I got some kind of setup. I'm not that big of a fool, am I? Are you serious? You fucking hate me
Okay, well, tell me what you were gonna say. Did you forget?
about like toxic relationships.
Uh-huh.
So I just think it's when you have that repeated cycle, like that repeated cycle that's like it goes up, you're really happy, and then argument, boom, you go back down, right? The guy
Yeah, it's usually cyclical,
somehow,
or the woman.
right? And then one of the two, it doesn't have to be the guy, it could be the girl. They they start the argument at a very happy time, and then when you are like fed up with their bullshit, they're like, oh, you know what? Let me come back around. Let me try to patch this up. And then whoever, guy or female, they fall for that shit. And then they go through the same cycle again. You go through these really happy times, and then boom, you go back down. And you're like, you
It's
know
like a
what?
roller coaster.
It is. And I think I mean, just like in the simplest way possible to describe it, I don't know. That's what I feel like makes a relationship super toxic. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think that's
You
some
think
of
I'm
it.
on point?
I think that could totally be that. I mean, I think just relationships in general have their ups and downs, but like the shit that you're describing is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to slap me?
I want to give you a good gut punch.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Why?
because you's a fool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're about to
Oh,
give me.
speaking of toxic relationships,
Mhm.
so I was on the Twitter, and this came up because I thought it was super funny because this has happened to me before.
Uh-huh.
So this woman tweets this message that she receives.
All right.
And the message goes like this: my girlfriend just yelled at me for liking your photos, and I would really like to keep my relationship, so I'm going to have to respectfully let you know that you are not even very attractive at all, and I will be unfollowing you. Please consider wearing more clothes so other people's boyfriends won't feel like they have to like your pictures. The pictures you post are inconsiderate and unfair to people in relationships. Unfollowing now. So when she tweeted this picture, her caption for this picture was, so do we think a man actually wrote this? Or do we think it was his girlfriend on his phone? That was his girlfriend on his
It
phone.
was
Come on
definitely his
now.
girlfriend. It was
Come
definitely his
on. No
girlfriend.
man takes the time to just write some shit out like that and cut you down like that, and like in
But
a very female way.
how
You know what I mean?
insecure of a chick do you got to be to do some shit like that though? You got to be like, come on, like Instagram, that's literally what it's for. And I mean, people want to get attention on there, and so a lot of chicks, they happen to be really hot and they realize what gets them a lot of attention, so that's what they're going to post. And I don't really knock females who are, posting sexy shit to get attention. Like, they might realize like business opportunities by getting a lot of attention. And I think that's super dope. I mean, because at the end of the day, wherever the eyes go, that's where you could do marketing, or they might want to model some Fashion Nova shit, or
Yeah.
I mean, I'm super like about women doing their thing on Instagram, not just because I'm also one of the guys liking the pictures, but I mean, that's what Instagram is for. Like, you're supposed to be there to like pictures and like shit that you like. That doesn't mean like you're actually like fucking them or finger banging them. Like,
So
shit,
do
like
you think that being in a relationship is following accounts that you only follow specifically because you're attracted to the person, you don't know the person, and liking their pictures? Do you think that that's off limits?
fuck no. Like, I mean, I know from experience, because like even my wife knows, like I'll be in the same bed as her. She'll be right next to me. I mean, I may not like show her my phone, you know, because I don't want her to be like looking at the chicks that I'm liking pictures of, but she'll know I'm on there like, damn. Like when she sees me do that, she knows I'm looking at fine ass chicks. And like to have like a secure relationship like that, there's nothing better. And I mean, unless like here's how I could get a woman like not liking their guy liking pictures is if the way they met each other was by way of Instagram and by him liking all of her pictures. Wait a minute. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. So if they met by way of Instagram and him liking all her pictures and, you know, then he ended up in the DMs and everything, then maybe I could see her getting a little mad about that and understanding it a little bit more. But I think that's the rule. Like if you're liking pictures on Instagram, you can't go and like a ton of pictures. I mean, unless it's like a
I think
really
the
popular.
line is at the DMs. I think you can like the pictures and think these chicks are
No
hot or
flames,
whatever. You
no
can't do no
flames and no hard
flames.
eyes.
No flames and no
No,
hot
no, no.
eyes.
You can't even
So you
comment.
can't
Like
comment. So you
comment
can't
is
comment and you can't DM.
no, you cannot comment and you can't DM, but you can like one or two, maybe three pictures, but you can't like 20 pictures
Like in
because
a
that
row.
you can't. I mean, not only does that look super thirsty, and I would never advise that unless you're already banging the chick. No, you just can't like 20
Right.
pictures. I mean, you just look like
So
a
here's the rules,
stalker.
right? The ground rules, like general consensus. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
follow these accounts, you can
Mm-hmm.
like these pictures, but you cannot comment and you cannot DM.
That sounds like some solid rules.
That sounds like solid rules.
Well, Stella, I'm gonna give the drum roll. Are you ready? Because
Oh shit.
I got the segment coming. Fuck one, marry one, kill one, and this week it's guess whose turn?
My turn.
It's your turn, girl. Yeah, and I got 3 really good picks, so I hope you are ready for this because I know I am. I want to hear what you got to say, and I want to see what yours. I will say this: yours absolutely suck.
You know what I will say too is
What?
that I was actually listening to our Fuck One, Marry One, Kill One from last time.
Uh-huh.
And you made a comment about how it's not fair because it's always cool for chicks because they'll just go with the one that makes the most money.
Right.
When you legit Googled net worth, so don't even like.
I want to be a sugar baby.
Make sure that
I do
is
want to be a sugar
noted
baby.
and in the record.
I hope
You made it a gold digger comment towards women when
Hey,
you
listen
legit
though.
Googled net worth.
I hope my wife understands if I leave her for Oprah Winfrey. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I
for
will.
sure. Yeah.
I would let Oprah
Well,
Winfrey
it's like
fart in my mouth.
like in every relationship I've ever been in, we've always discussed who our hall passes are. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no. Erica, she totally would cheat on me with Adam Levine, 100%.
Oh God.
I would let her. That guy is hot. I might let him like finesse on me. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing, everybody. I'm straight as a motherfucker.
Adam Levine, though, really?
She loves
that
Adam Levine.
surprises me that she likes Adam Levine.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
The fucking Maroon 5 guy?
Yeah, he's not
that surprises
hot.
you? That guy gets all the women.
I don't know how, but all right.
Anyways, I did the drum roll, and I'm going to give
who?
you your 3 guys right now. Are you ready?
Okay, hit me.
Guy number 1, Usher Raymond. Guy number 2, Magic Johnson. And guy number 3, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen?
Yep.
You gave me 2 guys with HIV? The fuck?
And Usher Raymond has herpes.
Oh my God!
Oh shit!
Can I
told
them
you
all?
No.
Can I kill them all?
Gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one.
I'm not fucking any of those guys. The fuck?
But you have to. That's the game. You gotta play the game. You can't give me these rules and expect me At least I gave you 3 that you didn't have to Google and look up. I gave you 3 that you very well know
At
who
least
they
I
are.
gave you women who don't have diseases.
All right, so
The
look,
hell?
Usher Raymond, right? He's, an incredible singer. You could weigh out the pros and the cons. Like you have to pick one of these guys for all
I'll
of these. The pros
marry
and
Usher Raymond.
why?
I will. Ooh, no, actually,
Don't forget
I think
Magic
I'm
Johnson
gonna marry
owns the
Magic
Dodgers.
Johnson.
He
I'm
owns
gonna
the
marry
Dodgers.
Magic
Yeah. See?
Johnson. I'm gonna marry Magic Johnson
Oh,
because he's also like virtually undetectable with his HIV. So I think I'm gonna be good with that one.
he has
Rather
the
have that than SORS. Charlie Sheen's getting murdered. Like I'm killing Charlie Sheen for sure.
oh fuck.
And I'll fuck. Sure. There you go.
Damn.
Marry Magic Johnson. Fuck Usher. Kill Charlie Sheen. No questions asked.
Man. Well, that was easy. See,
That
I
was
gave you
super
some hard
easy.
ones, but they were also
I had
easy
to
at the
think
same
about it.
time.
Well, I'm like very paranoid about
Mhm.
diseases. So the fact that you just gave me 3 guys with diseases, like
Yeah,
I was just like, my biggest fears almost realized. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Oh God.
Is your cat back in
She's
there?
trying to get on the desk.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she's like
She wants.
so annoying.
She's got to get the
She's
attention.
obsessed with me.
Yeah, she's totally obsessed with you. I wanted to move on and talk about something a little bit more like dark. I mean, I didn't know how to describe it, but I wanted to just kind of bring this up because I want to send out condolences to Vanessa Guillen. I think that's how you say her name, the soldier who went missing for months.
Did they
And
confirm that those were her remains?
I'm pretty sure that they confirmed that those were her remains. And the reason why they also, are sure that it was hers because the morning that they suspected that they found her remains, one of the guys that was a suspect in this case killed himself. And I mean that could be a lot of things. It could be he, couldn't live with the guilt no more, and he knew, like maybe the last thing that was keeping him alive was like the fact that they haven't found her yet, and he was thinking maybe he can get away with it. Maybe he was
I
thinking
think that what happened is he killed himself to avoid having to talk. I think that he's just covering people's tracks on purpose. I think it was very intentional.
So
I don't have good feelings about any of this, but I mean, sexual assault and those kinds of crimes against women in the military are very prevalent, and they have been for a really long time. I mean, what was that one lady's name? They found her dead in her bunker. She'd been raped, burned.
wow.
I forgot her name. And I feel bad because I was just reading about it yesterday, but I read about it yesterday again. But when that happened, like she had been sexually assaulted, burned, beaten, and then they ruled it a suicide. Like,
Golly.
and then I was reading more about that, and it was talking about how women make up 20% of the military, but they are targets of 63% of assaults. And the youngest women and the lowest ranking women are most at risk. And overall, 1 out of every 16 military women reported being groped, raped, or otherwise sexually assaulted within the last year. That's not just in general, but just within the last year.
Right.
And the fact that the military doesn't do shit to make this right or to protect them or it's fucking disgusting.
It is fucking disgusting.
When I hear people going, gung-ho for fucking our military and veterans and this and that, for me, I hate hearing it because I know they're specifically talking about like their idea of like a war hero, which is typically like white men, right? Because historically, people who aren't white men in the military, like straight white men, okay, because gay men in the military have been treated pretty fucked up too. Like gay, trans, and all that. But that's what that sounds like to me, and I hate hearing it because the military, you know, historically has treated Black soldiers, brown soldiers, native soldiers like shit when they come back, right? Or they don't get as many benefits or whatever that white men have received historically,
Right.
or treated as war heroes, or, you know, like even just treated right when they come back. And then women in the military, dude, like I almost signed up when I was 17 and I didn't sign the contract, and thank God I didn't. Because then, I mean, I had already had my share of assaults or whatever, you know, prior to that, and that was 17 years old. Like, I don't know any woman who hasn't been assaulted. But then for the way that shit is in the military like that, like, I'm so glad, and I will not. I have 2 kids, I have a daughter, I have a son, and I'm not sitting here trying to encourage them to join the military, because to
No,
me it's
not at
just
all.
fucking trash. And it's like
Yeah.
it's a way to market. They heavily advertise that shit to low income neighborhoods, neighborhoods of color, because that's like their ticket out of the hood, right? Because
Right.
they try to entice them with free college and, you know, like all these benefits just to go get treated like that, dude. That's whack as fuck.
It is whack. And I grew up in a city that was right next to a military base in Fairfield, California, and they used to come to my high school all the time and try to do all the recruiting. And I never once thought about it personally, but I did know a lot of people who did go that route. And you know, hearing about this story is crazy because there was this chick that I was friends with who was in the military, and she used to tell me, you know, about, you know, harassment and things of that sort from the upper. I don't even know what you would call
Yeah,
it, to be
that's who they're protecting. Like, that's why I think that guy killed himself. I think he's protecting somebody like more higher ranking. Like, it's
right.
very
And
fucking corrupt.
it truly is. And this chick, she lived in the barracks, and like there was pretty much like a majority of guys in there, so it was like her. Like, I think she had a female roommate, of course, but like there was a lot of guys in the same building. And I mean, the whole reason why in college dorm rooms they separate the guys and the girls is because of they don't want crazy shit to
Sexual
happen.
assault.
But
Yeah.
then you go to the barracks in the military bases and they're not separated. I don't believe they are. I'm pretty sure they're
I
not.
thought they were supposed to be.
Are they? I could be totally misinformed, and if I am, I'm fucking sorry.
But
But
it
point
doesn't
being,
prevent it. Like,
it doesn't
motherfuckers still sneak
it
in there and protect each other. You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure. I mean, all in all, I just want to, you know, send my condolences out to her family, and I wish that never happened. But hopefully this could shed light on what's going on in the military behind closed doors, and the people involved. You know, justice is served for that, and something gets figured out, because I mean, I feel super bad about that whole situation. And Vanessa Guillen, and you know, my heart goes out to you, and such a beautiful girl, and it's just fucked up that that had to go down that way.
I'm sorry that nobody protected you, because they should have. That's really fucked up.
For sure. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening and tuning in. This is the Sidefriend Chronicles. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Just type in Sidefriend Chronicles. Follow us on Spotify, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Should maybe I shouldn't have ended it on such a dark note, huh? I feel all gloomy now.
Nah, I mean, it is what it is. We gotta hit some real shit too. We can't
We
just
definitely got to hit some real shit.
be
And then
talking.
and that's all this show is about, some real shit.
We just keeps
And
it real.
we appreciate y'all listening, and we'll holla at y'all next week, baby.
Holla.
Woo!
Don't do that. You're not Ric Flair.
I'll never do that again.
Don't
Sorry.
do that again.
I feel like Ric Flair sometimes.
Nah, you don't. Nah.
Just remember one thing. If there's one thing I want you to remember from today's pod, you want me to tell you what it is?
That you was a fool?
Don't call me dog.
All right, Doug.